Hello friends. In 1930s, R and Elliott discovered a specific kind of pattern in the market price movement which he called as wave. The pattern characteristics he explained using wave principle. Are we discussing about waves in the ocean? No, I'm going to explain about waves that create in stock market. Interesting, isn't it? So what are we going to discuss today? Introduction to wave principle. All we are going to review today are captured from this book. So why are we waiting? Without much delay, let's sit back, focus, and continue. We are going to discuss about introduction to the wave principle. Come on. Basics of wave principle is the basic pattern which you see right in the screen. It consists of 5 individual waves that are linked together and achieve progress as market price move up or down. The 5 wave sequence labeled with numbers 1 to 5 is called motive waves. Why it is called motive waves? Because it propels the market in the direction of the main trend. If the market is bullish, this is a motive wave. This is bullish. Right? So it is called as motive wave. In this 5 wave, there are 3 waves that are motive. What is that? Number 1, this is a motive wave. Number 3, this is a motive wave. Number 5 is also a motive wave. When these 3 are motive waves, what are corrective waves? Number 2 is a corrective wave and number 4 is also a corrective wave because this is against the trend. There are rules for motive waves. Which are all the motive waves in this basic pattern? 1, 3, 5. And all together, this is also a motive wave, but it contains 2 corrective waves. Let us see the rules for the motive wave. Wave 2 always retraces less than 100% of wave 1. If wave 2 goes below this, that is not a basic pattern, that is not as per wave principle. Wave 3 can never be the shortest motive subwave. Neither it needs to be a longest as well. After a 5 wave sequence is complete, the corrective wave begins. Corrective. This is the corrective wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wave sequence complete. And now the corrective wave begins. It follows a 3 wave sequence or a specific combination of 3 wave structure. We'll go in depth into motive wave and corrective waves, but understand the basic concept now. It is labeled with A, B, C. Motive waves are labeled with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Corrective waves are labeled with A, B, C. All waves are part of other waves at larger degree. They are also divisible into waves at lower degree. So in this, if you see, the primary wave is marked motive wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But within that, further we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is what I mentioned, like all waves are part of other waves at larger degree. They are also divisible into waves at lower degree. Does the motive waves always move upwards? Need not to be. Does the corrective wave always move downwards? Need not to be. Motive waves and corrective waves can move up or down. We discussed about basic pattern. In the basic pattern, there are 2 kinds of waves, motive waves and corrective waves. Now we are going to go in depth into motive wave and see the rules about the motive waves. What are motive waves? Motive waves comprises of 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 2 types of motive waves, impulse and diagonal. Let's see what is the rules for impulse wave. Now this is the motive wave. How can we call it as a impulse wave or diagonal wave? First, we'll see what are the rules for impulse wave. Then we'll discuss about diagonal wave. Impulse wave is the strongest form of motive wave. There are significant 3 rules for impulse. Impulse wave is also a motive wave. Please remember these terminologies. A little confusing, but focus. Rules for impulse wave. Number 1. Wave 2 never moves beyond the start of wave 1. In other words, it always retraces less than 100% of wave 1. Wave 3 is never the shortest motive subwave, but it does not have to be the longest. Wave 4 never enters the price territory of wave 1. Wave 4 should not enter the price territory of wave 2. We can also say like that. So now we know 3 rules. If you did not get the 3 rules, please rewind and review the 3 rules again. Let's test our knowledge on these 3 rules. This is incorrect. Why this is incorrect? Why this motive wave is incorrect? Why this is not following the rule? This is not following the rule because the fourth wave enters the price territory of wave 1 and it also enters the price territory of wave 2. So this is incorrect. This one is incorrect. Why this one is incorrect? Because what is our second rule? Wave 3 is never the shortest motive subwave. Here if you see 3 is the shortest one. So this is incorrect. This is not following the rules. This is correct. This 1 and 2 is the higher degree impulse or motive wave. Let's focus on this. This is as per the rules. 2 is not entering or going below 1. It's not going below the start of 1, and 3 is also right. This is correct count. And this is also correct. Though the wave number 3 is not the longest, this is not the shortest as well. So this is correct. Why this is incorrect? Because number 2 is moving beyond the start of number 1 wave, right? In an impulse wave, wave 1 and 5 are always motive waves. Wave 1 and wave 5 are always motive waves. That is either impulse or diagonal. What is impulse? We know the rules for impulse. What is diagonal? We are going to see about the rules for diagonal in a short while. While wave 3 is always an impulse wave. Can this be a diagonal wave? Wave 3 can it be a diagonal wave? No. It's always an impulse wave. Wave 2 and wave 4 are always corrective waves. Therefore, we call an impulse wave as 5. Impulse wave comprises of 5 waves, right? So, though in this degree we are seeing this as a one single wave, but if we go into the details or lower degree for 1, we can see 5 waves. And for corrective waves, corrective phase makes 3 waves. So, in this higher degree, though we can see it as a one single wave, but there are 3 waves. Similarly, number 3 also makes up 5 waves. Inside, if we go into detail, we can see 5 waves. Number 4, we can see 3 waves. Number 5, we can see 5 waves. So, impulse wave forms the structure of 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. We are discussing about types of motive waves. In that, number 1 is impulse wave. We saw about the rules of impulse wave. Now we are going to see about the extension. In an impulse wave, often one of the motive waves, usually wave 3 or wave 5, is extended. Third wave extension are often seen in the stock market, while fifth wave extensions are often seen in commodity market. If wave 1 is extended, expect wave 3 and wave 5 is of equal length. If wave 3 is extended, expect wave 1 and wave 5 of equal length. If wave 5 is extended, expect wave 1 and wave 3 is of equal length. After a 5 wave extension terminates, expect a swift and sharp reversal back to second subwave of the extension. Up till here, second subwave of the extension. Rarely do 2 motive waves extend, but if that does happen, it is usually wave 3 and 5. We call that structure a double extension. When an extension occurs with an extended wave, it is common for the extension at the lower degree to be in the same wave position as the extension of which it is a part. For example, in wave 3 extension, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3 is extended. If you see the lower degree, again the lower degree wave 3 is also extended. This is wave 5 extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 5 is extended. Even within that, the lower degree wave 5 is also extended. Truncation. In an impulse wave, a truncation occurs when wave 5 fails to terminate beyond the end of wave 3. A truncated fifth wave still unfolds as a 5 wave structure. A truncated fifth wave, which is sign of exhaustion in the main trend at next higher degree, is often preceded by an exceptionally strong third wave of the same degree. A truncated fifth wave is often followed by a swift and sharp reversal. In motive wave, till now we discussed about impulse wave. Now we are going to discuss about diagonal waves. Diagonal and impulse waves are both motive waves. We already discussed. Diagonal differ significantly from motive wave in that they follow the first 2 rules but not the third rule about wave 4 never entering in the price territory of wave 1. Please recollect, three rules for the impulse wave. In that, the third rule is almost about wave 4 never entering the price territory of wave 1. Wave 4 never entering the price territory of wave 1. In a diagonal, wave 4 almost always enters in the price territory of wave 1. A diagonal is typically contracting, but in rare occasions expanding, like a wedge. Diagonal is like a wedge formation, wedge pattern formation. In the contracting variety, wave 3 is shorter than wave 1 and wave 5 is shorter than wave 3 and wave 4 is shorter than wave 2. In the expanding variety, wave 3 is longer than wave 1, wave 5 is longer than wave 3 and wave 4 is longer than wave 2. The two types of diagonals are leading diagonal and ending diagonal. This is ending diagonal. Shortly we are going to discuss about leading diagonal. Within an ending diagonal, subwaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 always take corrective waveform. What is corrective waveform? Shortly I am going to explain. Right now we are discussing about motive waves. There are two kinds of waves. Please recollect motive waves and corrective waves. All we are discussing about is motive waves right now. Subwaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 always take corrective waveform, especially either a single or multiple zigzag. Ending diagonals can form only as fifth wave of impulse wave and C waves of zigzags and flats. This is for ending diagonal. Next one is leading diagonal. In a leading diagonal, wave 1, 3 and 5 are all impulse wave or all corrective waves in the form of zigzag. Wave 2 and 4 are always zigzag patterns. A leading diagonal can form wave 1 of an impulse wave. This is the impulse wave. This is wave 1. Leading diagonal can form wave 1 of an impulse wave and the first wave of a zigzag, which we call wave A. This formation is exceptionally rare. Wave 1 is a contracting diagonal. Wave 1 is a contracting leading diagonal and has the same structural characteristics as contracting ending diagonal. After wave 1 leading diagonal terminates, expect wave 2 to retrace a significant portion of wave 1. Once wave 1 terminates, wave 2 retrace a significant portion of wave 1. You may not grasp at one single glance. If it is little confusing, please rewind and review it once more. Till now, we discussed about motive waves. Motive waves contains two different kinds of waves, impulse waves and diagonal waves. What are the rules? Few of the examples we reviewed. I'm just intentionally keeping this video shorter because I don't want to bore you. Thank you for sticking till end of this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel. In the next video, we'll see corrective waves. What are the rules for the corrective waves? What are the different corrective waves? And we'll see, of course, some examples as well. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.